once again, it's been a while since I've actually done a Leaving the Rock video, hasn't it? To be fair though, this is not a regular series. This is more something of, I see something, I think, hey, that would make a good video, so I do it. I don't really plan to do these videos. However, it's been a while since I've made one, so I decided to actually, I'm going to go out of my way, I'm going to watch something new, and then we're going to make a new video out of this. Originally I was thinking of another Studio Ghibli film, and I definitely will go back to them in the future, but then I saw some news article somewhere, and it clicked in my brain. Die Hard, a classic I've never got around to seeing, always meant to, and now's the perfect time to fix that failing. Of course, this was very much dependent on me finding somewhere that I could watch it, but fortunately for me, this, along with the whole collection actually, is available on Disney+. Good if I want to go back to the sequels. I watched it and I really, really enjoyed it. Honestly, it's been my favourite film I've watched for a while. Someone said to me they were surprised I hadn't seen it until now because it seems like my kind of film, and yeah, I regret not having seen it before now. It was as good a film as I was hoping it was going to be. As always, let's start by explaining the film. Die Hard is a 1988 American action film directed by John McTiernan and starring, amongst others, Bruce Willis and the late, great Alan Rickman. It follows the story of a New York City police detective, John McClane, who gets caught up in a terrorist plot takeover of Nakatomi Tower while visiting his estranged wife, and he has to fight back against them. Going into this, I had a strong feeling I was going to enjoy it. I really do love like 80s style films and music, like Terminator, Karate Kid, RoboCop. All those franchises are the ones that I absolutely love, and I've seen quite a few other films and stuff like that that I can't specifically name, but very much of the same vein and style. If anything, it makes it more likely I would miss this one, but apparently I'm very good at missing things. And more importantly, I'm making up for it now. So let's start with talking about some of the positives of this film. It's actually quite hard to nail down something specifically good about the film because I felt it was quite strong overall. Like trying to actually come up with something specific is hard when it was just generally good. I did love the action sequences though, the very sort of 80s style action, you know, more than a bit over the top. Certainly a bit bloody, but fun to watch. I know these are not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something I've always enjoyed in these sort of films. Another thing I must praise is the acting performances. Firstly, the performance of Alan Rickman, which I found out since watching this. This was like his film debut. When I first heard his voice, my head immediately was like, this is just German Professor Snape. And I was concerned, having seen him so much in the iconic Harry Potter role, that it would be very hard to see him as villain Hans Gruber. No problem whatsoever. It was a true testament to Alan Rickman's acting ability that I quickly, and without even realising, managed to dissociate him from one of his most famous roles so quickly. Plus, Hans Gruber was really an excellent villain. Another bit of credit for acting must not so much be given to a specific actor or character, but rather the specific relationship and conversations between John McClane and Al Powell, played by Bruce Willis, and Reginald VelJohnson. Their scene together were always interesting and amusing, and the moment they got to meet at the end was truly, truly heartwarming. I hear that the police officer, obviously John McClane, returns, but I hear that Al Powell also returns to the sequel, and I'm very interested to see if the two of them do get to work together, how they do that. In terms of criticisms of this film, this is hard. I don't really know what I would bring up with a major criticism of the film. I mean, you could argue that Bruce Willis isn't the strongest actor out there, but he was certainly a good enough actor for this. Another argument could be made the story itself wasn't necessarily the strongest story out there, but also for this kind of film it didn't need to be. In truth, I feel like the only way you could pick up negatives here is to nitpick. I don't really enjoy doing that, so I'm not going to do that. So this leaves me with having to come to my conclusion now. I feel like at this point my conclusion is very obvious. I loved it. This is a film that's been recommended to me numerous times, but I've just never got around to watching it until now. I'm so happy I finally did. I feel like I might start watching this as a Christmas film, because it definitely is. It ends with a Christmas number, it's got Christmas trees and everything. It's a goddamn Christmas film. I don't care what anybody else says. If this is the genre that you enjoy in a film you haven't seen, I could not recommend this enough. And that would Die Hard. If you've seen the film, how did you find it? Would you recommend it? Do you disagree with anything I've said here? Let me know down below. Thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you very, very soon.